Hi guys, it's Kathleen from Easy Breezy Creation. To my right, you will see Brie, who is the second part of the actual Breezy. That's her nickname when she was little. We're going to do a real quick tutorial tonight. Not going to be wreathing, but those of you that joined me last night, when we were creating the wreath, kept asking me how I did the center. How did you do the ornament? How did you do the ornament? And it was basically done with the paint pour. So what we're going to do is wait a few minutes, let some people jump on here, and then we will get started.
I'm sharing this.
Okay, share away. Hi, for those that are just joining in, make sure you come in and say hi. Let us know you're here. We're going to get started here in a few minutes. We're just going to do a couple of little tricks that we've been using on some of our wreaths just to make them stand out. At least I'm doing that. And I'm just going to show you two separate mediums that you can use. Okay, we're going to go ahead. So what we're going to do is basically, I've got two different mediums here, but you can't see it, but I'll show you at the end. Last night, okay, it's right here. Last night on this wreath, the whole inside of this, we basically did a paint pour on it. Dirty pour is what some people call it. It's what my daughter calls it. It's what it's called. I can't call it that. I'm sorry. I don't like using the word dirty in something that I'm putting on a project that I'm selling. It's an OCD part of me. I don't know. I'm weird. But the paint pour, dirty pour, as they say. You can go put it up. Thank you. That's what I used on the center, and I had a lot of questions from people last night asking me, how did I create that whole center? And people were thinking it was really, really complicated, and it's really not. So I'm going to show you really quick how to do that. And then my daughter, who makes cups, is going to show you like a little technique for alcohol ink, how to do wood grain, which can also be used in like the wreaths that you're doing. Say you're wanting to do a rustic wreath, then, you know, you could do that, use this wood grain technique on it and really make it stand out. I'm not going to do my character board tonight, Christina. I'm going to do the paint board, but I do have the character board ready for you. I've already got it Mod Podged on. Look, I'm throwing things at you. I've already got it Mod Podged on in the lights. So I found this, if you saw my post earlier, I found this poster at my daughter's thrift store that she works at, and I cut it out and Mod Podged it on. So I do have your board ready for us to do your character board. But if you will PM me and let me know, if you don't mind, what technique that they're wanting. I mean, what's your center going to be, so that I can just figure out what I'm going to need to be putting on the outside, whether it needs to be poofs or does it need to be a ruffle or whatever. If you'll tell me what centers that you're going to be using in a private message, then I will figure out what design to do, and so I will use it on this just to show you, okay? But it's ready. I've got you going, girl. I didn't forget about you last night. So we're going to go ahead and get started on the paint pour. It's really, really not, it's not complicated. I get the little cups, little plastic cups. They're basically, if you are as old as I am, this is what you used when you were doing the fluoride in school. I got them from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to pull it up close. See how much paint is in it? So you have this little like lip at the very bottom. I usually, as far as my ratio to my paint, just put it slightly over that, just because you want that. And I did that all the way across. This is called a pouring medium. You do not have to use this, okay? I use it just because this is what gives it that glossy effect, but you can use water, and I'll show you that too. But just put your pouring medium in, and it's basically a 1-to-1 ratio. So once you put that in there, I'm going to let her pour it. So we're going to do, yes, stir away. So I've got the white. The white that we're using is a little bit thicker. So with the thicker paints, anything that comes basically out of a tube, that's a little bit thicker than the ones that, like the 50-cent ones that you can buy at Walmart, which these are the ones that I usually prefer when I'm doing this. So I just kind of water it down just a little bit. It's not going to mess it up. And then I'll put a little bit of paint, the pouring medium over the top, okay? It's really simple to do. I'll go ahead and get this one ready so I can show y'all exactly what we're doing. Because while she's stirring, I want y'all to be able to see too, okay? You don't want it to look like water. I don't know if you can see her as she's pouring. You want it to kind of come down in a straight stream. See how it's just kind of coming down? That's what's going to make that pour. You don't want it to be clumpy. Okay? So we've got the reds, we've got the white, we're going to do the green. Maybe. The green says no, it doesn't want to happen tonight. This is the one that I usually use with my Grinch colors. It's the perfect Grinch color. This, all you do is just stir it up. Super easy.
It's too thick.
Which one?
The white's too thick.
Add water. And now I'm going to just show you how to mix them together. Because on the first one right here, I have 2 different mediums for y'all to use. Metal. This is just one of those, what is this called? The covers for your stove. Stove
Cover?
Yeah, we'll call it that. The burner cover. That's what it is. Do what? It's okay. I've got more to mix. It's okay. But I'm showing you this is metal. It's just the little burner covers from the Dollar Tree that comes 2 to a pack. So you can use this. Think about using this when you're painting it, like you're doing this pour and you put words over it. This is the exact size as most people's signs that they're buying. And you can create something like this for $1. The other one is basically a gift tag. This one I'm going to do in the red and white because this one's actually going to go on one of the candy wreaths that I'm creating. So same thing, you can pour your paint and just do like your vinyl over the top or use a stencil or paint or just leave it the same or however you want to do it. And that's what we're going to do with this one, okay? So you've got wood and you've got metal and both of them are going to work. Okay, so Christina, what I was doing, what do we have?
I have the white, kind of.
We have 2 reds and a white?
Yes.
Okay, so what I was showing them is that when you take your paint, especially the squeezy paint, the cups that you get from the Dollar Tree, which I call the old fluoride cups, you're just going to, and this one's a little bit thicker. So let me flatten it down so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. See the little crevice in the cup? How it's got that little, I just fill mine straight, just a little bit over that line. You can either do this with water, which is fine. That's perfectly okay for me. I think a lot of the cup users use that. Hi, how are you? But I tend to like to use what they call the Liquitex pouring medium. You can get this at Michael's or you can get it at Hobby Lobby. I recommend not actually getting the Liquitex. I'm just using this because this is what I had. But they have an off-brand at Walmart that you can get, I think it's like a half gallon or a gallon of it.
It's huge.
It's huge. And it's like $18 for the entire gallon. It would last you for 2 years. This bottle, because it is Liquitex, I'm not even going to tell you what craziness I paid for it. They just think their stuff is like amazing, apparently. So all you do is just do a 1-to-1 ratio between the paint and the pouring medium. And because of the white paint being thicker, whenever you do use the squeeze ones, it's usually thicker. I tend to just kind of add a touch of water just to thin it down. And I'm going to let her do that.
I don't know what you think about that white.
Okay, white. Yeah, that white's fine.
Okay. We're a team.
Yeah, we're tag teaming tonight. All right, so then I just take an empty cup. And you don't have to do this, but I just tend to like to do it this way to get the best effect. And I take and I mix my 2 colors kind of together at the same time, and you will see why. When you are pouring, kind of pouring them into 1 cup, they're mixing, but not mixing. I'm going to show you here in just a second because I know it's kind of hard to see. But that's the inside of the cup. Can y'all see that? How it mixes, but it doesn't mix. Hi, Rose. So that's what you're after, because you don't want your paints to mix. So this one's the one I'm going to do a candy cane, and all you're going to do now that you have it in there is just start from the middle. And start pouring. And see how it has the white? Because I flipped it that way, because I wanted the white to be the predominant color. And I'm going to...
Is it paint medium? Yes.
That is a paint medium, yes.
It is paint medium. I need the water, please. Thank you, ma'am.
Because what's a cracking? Nothing cracking. My bones, I'm old.
Her back.
So just pick up whatever medium you're using and just start slowly moving it around. See what it does? Creates this whole modelly effect. And I want more red. So I have red left in here. And when you start moving it around, the red's going to kind of blend in with the rest of it. And this is how I made that center on last night's Unique in the Creek character board.
Ooh.
What?
Pretty.
It's pretty, isn't it? My daughter's commenting. I'm like, what are you oohing about behind me? Okay. See what it does? And it is as simple as that.
Is it weird if I like it?
What do you think? Easy? Think y'all could do that? Hit that or our light's going to go off.
Okay.
She's in my chair, so she has to do all the fun stuff tonight. Super easy, right? So imagine this on y'all will see it, but I'm going to put this on a wreath, obviously. But I'm probably going to do with like an evergreen and use the red and white deco mesh and maybe the red, white, and green. I'm not sure yet. Pop those Christmas colors. Put the little red and white candies in it. Put candy cane lane across it right here. So, I mean, you just basically, instead of paying anywhere from $8 to $12 plus shipping for a sign, you've created your own unique look to be able to put on your creations. And see how I got some of this over here? Don't worry about it.
It's not messy. She has a board underneath it.
You would have a mess. Rose, you would not have a mess. You would just have to be...
Unless you're clumsy like me, because then you would have a mess.
Okay.
So maybe you would have a mess. I don't know.
Maybe. So now we're going to do the other one. It's real simple. Any questions on what I'm doing? So we're going to take the red.
I'd rather pay you to do it for me.
I would gladly do this for you. You want to pay me to do it, I would do it. This one we're going to do a little bit different. So, you know, the last one I basically poured them all in at the same time. This one we're going to do a layered effect. So we're going to start with our red and just pour it straight into the same cup we had. And I can do this because I'm using the same colors. If you're using different colors like purples or whatever, I recommend not mixing colors. My assistant here.
I try.
Now I'm going to just layer a little bit of the white on top. Go straight over here to my green.
I got you.
We'll just set that out of the way.
Okay.
Set the green. It feels weird being in the spot. She's in my location tonight, so I feel like I'm all out of kilter and I'm working in the wrong direction. Layer the red back on it.
Do you seal it?
I spray it when it's all said and done with the Rust-Oleum clear coat. That's it. More red. Wait till y'all see how Grinchy this looks. I love
Resting Grinch face? Oh,
Yes. You're so mean to me. Okay.
I try.
This is more than you will ever need. I could probably, with this cup being full like this, I could probably do 3 projects. I'm just making it full right now because I want y'all to be able to see. So here's the inside of the cup. See how they're all kind of mixing together again? It's all kind of layered. You know you've done it right when you put these colors in there and you look down in it and your cup is not brown. I've had that happen. Okay, same thing. We're going to basically just start in the middle and kind of pour outward. Do y'all see? Here it comes. Here comes all the reds.
I don't know if that's Uncle Don or
Robin.
It's probably Aunt Robin. Okay.
And see, you can just do it any way you want to. I'm choosing to just kind of wiggle it and wiggle it around. It's whatever you want. And then you just pick it up and slowly move it to however you want it. What?
I don't know. I just like when you're moving it around. I love how it just takes shape.
Y'all see what it's doing? See how pretty? I don't want to get it on my other one. See how pretty that is? And I didn't want to go major. Oh God, there went my skewer. I didn't want to go major with the red because the red's going to be my focus of my writing on both of these. So this is going to be your candy cane lane. And then I'm going to use the vinyl on this one. Hi, everyone. I'm going to use the vinyl on this one, and I'm not sure exactly, but it'll be some type of a Grinchy little phrase. I'm just not sure what.
Resting Grinch face.
I don't want a resting Grinch face. She's so mean. But something, I don't know. Welcome to Whoville, something like that. But that's it. Any questions on what I did? It takes don't pick it up. Make sure you use gloves so y'all can see how messy it is. And it takes about 12 hours for it to dry completely. And it will dry this shiny. Just as shiny as it is. If you want to make sure that your edges are done, because on this one right here, this one side, you have this paint on the bottom. You can just kind of scoop up and just attach to your side because I have this one little piece over here that did not get covered.
Good morning. Oh yeah, you're from Australia.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good evening here.
Any questions? For anybody that came in late, I'm so sorry, but it's really super easy. I'm just kind of touching up the edges. It's no big deal. And that is how you do the paint pour. That's how whenever you see any of my centers that I've done on my wreaths, any of my signs, this is what I've done. Super easy, right? Everybody last night was all like, oh my goodness, I could never do that. Any questions on how I did it?
Oops, it's in your sign.
Oops, sorry, it is in my sign.
Yeah.
It's okay. I have trash over here.
Okay.
All right, we're going to swap because Brie,
It's
my
my
daughter,
turn.
yes, so she is going to show you a cool little, another technique that y'all can use, okay? I'm sliding.
Okay. So, I am not a wreath person. I say as my mother is a wreath guru. They can't see you. Do you care?
No, I'm good.
Okay. But I do cups, and this technique that I do could actually be used from some of your boards. All right. So, like I said, I do cups. So here I have just a spray painted white plain cup. I recommend spray painting whatever you're using white, just so the colors will shine. I have a teak wood alcohol ink. It's the one that looks like real wood, but I use other colors. If you go to our page, you'll see tons of random colored cups that don't look like trees at all, but I like them because they're pretty. And then just a nice little sponge. I'm quiet. I thought I was yelling, but okay, I will be louder. All right, so all you're gonna do is take your ink, you're going to make a line like that. You're going to take your brush and you're just going to streak it on. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So for people like my mother who are OCD, you don't have to have all these perfect lines. Trees are not perfect. You will never see two trees that are exactly the same. So just swipe.
Don't be judging me and my OCD-ness.
I'm just saying, you would freak out trying to do this. Am I being quiet still?
No, Christina was saying that she loves those. The paint will stay on the metal. Yes, it is so super easy, and you are creating, like I was saying, you can make your own base for a sign, and not have to spend the money.
Oh, now I'm not quiet. Good. I've never been told I was quiet in my life, so that was weird. So yeah, so as you can see, this is a really, really quick process. I'm already more than a quarter way done with the cup. So things you can use, a canvas. That
wood piece.
You could use real wood, but you might, just stain it instead since it's already have the wood effect, but your preference.
So what I was telling her was that imagine this technique that she's using on a wood sign. You'd have to like one of the round signs that you get from Hobby Lobby that's really not wood grained.
Will the ink work on wood?
Yeah,
I have tried it on wood. Yeah, it works. You don't have to do the sponge thing that I'm doing because it'll just seep into the wood.
Unless you Mod Podge it first.
Yeah, you could seal it first, and that would definitely allow you to create your own kind of design. Perfection is everything, but trees are not perfect. So you're never going to get a perfect tree. So having imperfections is what makes it perfect. Your light keeps going out.
You'll be fine.
Okay. So again, I'm just doing straight lines, going over.
Wait till you see what it does.
Yeah. I'm weird. I put my brush in my mouth. It's fine. Don't judge me too much.
It's okay. I use my teeth to do the rubber bands for my wreath, so it's all fine.
Oh, good. I'm glad everybody... You have to be multi-talented, guys. You have to use your mouth, use your hands, use your feet.
No feet.
Why not? I use my feet.
You're weird.
See, I told you not to judge me. What was that? That was judging. So before I give you a look at this cup, I like to put a little color on the bottom. Mr. Miyagi?
Yeah, like Mr. Miyagi from... Do you not know who that is?
Is that
from the Karate Kid?
Karate, yes. I almost said Jackie Chan, and
that's
not what I was gonna go for, but that's fine.
You are definitely... It's okay, though.
I'm young. Don't judge me. All right, so I'm done. That was it. That 3 minutes. But look at what it looks like.
She's going to show me. She's teaching you this because I'm getting ready to make a hunting wreath. Well, it's a guy's wreath. And this is the technique that we're going to be using.
Yeah. So, with anything you use with alcohol ink, I would definitely seal it. Just like she said. What do you use?
I don't know what polar wood is.
What sign is made out of polar wood?
I don't know.
I don't know what that is. But if wood stain doesn't work, then he could try alcohol ink. It dries super quick too. So like I touch it. It's already dry. I'm already done. Like I could go throw epoxy on this and we're good. Well, I have to seal it first.
But we're not going to.
But I'm not going to do that because I'm not at my house. So I don't have all of my stuff. I brought these things. That's it. But yeah, that was super quick. Very easy. That was it.
You can also... What's the part where you can kind of actually...
Oh, yes. This one I haven't perfected, but since Mom's asked, I will try to do it.
Just so y'all can see it. So this would give you an actual wood grain on a plain piece of wood that you would get from, the Dollar Tree. Like, right now they're doing their ornaments. So you've got that balsam wood that they have. So that you could do something like that when it's more springy. But this technique that she's getting ready to do will take it to the next level.
Yeah. So I didn't bring my alcohol, so that's problematic. So alcohol ink is made out of alcohol. If you use just regular rubbing alcohol, you could lighten this and thin it out. And that's what you would typically use for this. So I don't know how it's going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and put the ink on the brush, because what I'm going to do is add knots to my wood. And I always do it in the corner. And then I just make these in my...
Yes, poplar wood is kind of hard to stain.
So this is going to be very...
I would think that maybe I've never tried it, but maybe try sealing it and try it from there. I just try different techniques. Is it not working because you don't really have the alcohol?
Well, I can make it work. So I kind of rubbed it so that it's a little lighter there. It has the dark edge. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add the alcohol ink, and I'm going to rub it to where it's dark some spots and light in the middle. But yeah, it's not going to do the perfect effect like you want.
It's okay because she didn't have her alcohol and I threw her on the spot.
I didn't know I was doing the knots today.
So you can kind of get the idea of what you're talking about, though.
But yeah, I just do dark and light.
What is what glass made of?
What glass?
Yours. What is your cup made of?
Oh, my cup is a Dollar Tree cup. It's plastic. I usually do metal cups, but anytime I'm trying different techniques or I'm showing people how to do things, plastic cups tend to work a little better. You can use epoxy on plastic cups. I just usually would not sell the plastic cups. But yeah, this is recyclable plastic, BPA free. It's from Dollar Tree. It's a Dollar Tree cup.
Thank you, Allison.
But
she says such a talented family.
We try.
I can't do this.
Let's
and
see.
She can't do what I do, so.
That kind of worked. So again, it's easier when you have the alcohol ink because you can go ahead and make it lighter around without trying to maneuver things. This is what we're talking about. You just add a little knot to your
tree. And you can take it all the way up your cup or
you can take
your
it all.
sign. Yeah. So I'm thinking about like the sign that I just had, the flat one, and then you make those notches all the way across it. So you've taken this $1 piece of wood that you've gotten from the Dollar Tree, and you may, like I said, you may have to seal it. We haven't really tried it yet, but I would say that you'd probably have to put a Mod Podge on it just to kind of give it that effect, and then do this on top of it. And now you've created this really pretty, intensely wood grain sign for pennies on the dollar. It's just another idea of what we're trying to show you. Another technique to just take your reasons, set them apart a little bit from everybody else's.
Yeah.
Any questions? This is going to be a real short live tonight.
Never know. And you just keep doing that. And I would definitely make sure you seal. Does the ink come? The ink came just like this.
And
so
you can get it at Hobby Lobby. You got.
Yeah. So I usually use this is Tim Holtz, just because that's what everybody uses and it's the one that's usually available. She got me some today that was like Brie something
from Hobby Lobby.
From Hobby Lobby. And so they come just like this in a little tube. The top is like that. It's a little spout. And like I said, I just use the knob like to make the lines on the cup. And I take the sponge and I just sponge it. Some people go way out and they'll, put it on this and then they'll use alcohol ink and they'll put it. But then I have to put a lot of coats and I don't want to do that because I'm lazy.
And honest.
And honest. So yeah, that's it. I'll scoot over so we can do a little question and answer portion of our live.
Okay, so again, for those that just joined, any questions on how to do the paint pouring technique that we did first? Dirty pour, as she likes to call it, and I don't.
It's called a dirty pour.
Fine.
If you try to Google it, it's going to be a dirty pour. You're not going to find it otherwise.
I don't like that.
It's called alcohol ink because it's mixed with alcohol. Like, it's already has alcohol in it.
Yes.
So it's dissolvable in alcohol. And like rubbing alcohol. So it's made with alcohol
which is what allows you to spread it everywhere a lot easier.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else? Any more questions? Gotcha. She said, gotcha. Now, Christina, remember that it probably will not be tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to let my daughter do the live.
What?
Because I'm going to run away with my husband for the day. Unless I do it really, really late. But I've got the board. I know I posted earlier that I found this sign. And it was actually a poster board at my daughter's work. So all I did was cut it out. I've already got it Mod Podged onto this character board. So this is going to be the next creation that you're going to see. I can't wait. What do y'all think? Are you excited? I've already got the lights in it. Look, it's going to be all lit up and pretty. I'm sure you can guess what I'm going to do. But, I mean, what better scene is that than a soldier praying over baby Jesus?
We're not going to North Carolina. She's
No.
running away for the day. The entire day would be spent driving.
No, we're not running away to you. Sorry.
Come to Florida.
Any other questions? Thank you, Christina.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm doing a live tomorrow, so if you want to learn how to epoxy method
She'll do
put
something.
glitter on a cup, yeah, join us tomorrow night, because that's about all I know how to do.
She'll be fine.
Unless y'all want to learn Cricut stuff, because if y'all don't know how to use your Cricut or Silhouette machine, I can also do that. So just respond to this live, and I'll figure out what I'm doing tomorrow.
I think the Cricut thing would be great.
Of course you do, because you don't know how to use it.
I don't know how to use my Cricut. I have to call her up. But she does. She has a Cricut machine. And so she could be able to show you how to actually cut out those pieces that we could use for these signs if you want to take it to the next step.
What about the light cover plates? I don't know what you're asking.
Are you talking about the squares?
What light cover plates?
I don't know.
Yes, send us a picture of your images for the...
Yes, send me
The
that.
board.
That way I'll know exactly which technique.
The night... I already did a tutorial on the night lights. I mean, I guess I could do that live.
She can do it live. She'll do that tomorrow. She'll show y'all how to do... Let's see, Gail loves her Cricut. She'll show you how to use your Cricut then. Especially, Gail, if you want to... I don't know what time she'll do it tomorrow, but if you want to check in tomorrow and look for our notification, she'll tell you how to take a Dollar Tree nightlight and add the Cricut and some alcohol ink and turn it into a work of art. So you'll love it.
Did you just decide what live I was doing?
Yeah, wasn't that great of me? I love my brothers. Oh, yes. I let her do everything. All right. Any other questions?
Oh, scan and cut. I don't know what that is.
All right. If we're good, then thank you all so much for stopping in and saying hey. And I promise you that I will have wreaths to come. Keep checking out. If you see a wreath that I have posted and I have not done a live on it, check out our YouTube page because I've probably done it as a tutorial. I just find it a little bit easier since there's so many questions coming at me on how I do things. Either I'll do them live or I'll do them as a tutorial for y'all. Okay? So if you don't see me doing it live, check out our YouTube and you'll find out how to do it there. All right, thanks, guys. Come and see us again. Say bye, Brie.
Bye.